this video ever reaches only about 100 people, I would have considered it pretty successful because it would have impacted 3,300 years. Without any further ado, let's get started with the 33 life lessons that I have learned as a brown immigrant woman. First, hold yourself to high standards, but please, oh please, be gentle with yourself. You become a high achiever when constantly your work is considered best or excellent or in the category of outstanding in your school, in your college, at your workplace. When you're constantly striving for improvement, for betterment, for, let's say, perfection, that is when you become a high achiever. However, in this process, let me warn you, you can have the tendency to be really harsh on yourself, very hard on yourself, very critical of yourself. On one hand, it's a very good thing because it keeps you pushing for more, it keeps you stretching your limits. However, on the other hand, you can be so tough on yourself, it doesn't become a race worth winning in the long run. So keep pushing, but be very compassionate with yourself. Develop compassion towards yourself, be kind to yourself, and still keep achieving, still keep reaching for higher and higher goals. Set yourself on the path of healing as soon as possible. If this is the first time you are healing about healing, let this be the time that you take it really, really seriously. Your fear, triggers, trauma, experiences are sensitively unique to you. And if you don't put in the work and the time and energy to get over and ahead of them, you will stay a victim of these, instead a beneficiary of these. Invest in therapy. And if you can't, because it is expensive, please do not consider your friends or your family as a substitute for your problems that actually require a professional guidance, because your friends and family have limited knowledge and also their responses are skewed, which is biased towards either in your favor or not. In the meanwhile, build yourself step by step through YouTube University, but take care of your mental health at first. Third, you can be, do, have anything that you want. Your reality is a constant reflection of what you say, feel, think about all that you can be, do, or have. You can be a data analyst and a painter. You can be living in multiple parts of the world throughout your lifetime. You can have multiple jobs, roles, careers, positions. All you need to do is first ask and then believe that you will have, do, or be. And whenever the opportunity comes, your human body and mind will not be able to stop it from taking an action upon it. This is not to say that taking action can be skipped. In fact, that is the most imperative part of anything that you can be, do, or have. Fourth, if you have encouraging, supportive parents, consider yourself in the top 1% of the mindset. We are the DNA of our parents, and they are the first point of contact of our surroundings, and for most of us, remain a lifelong connection and the biggest influencers of our life. If you've been homeschooled or even tutored for a few years, if your parents have given you humanitarian values, if your parents have included good habits in you, they've spoken kindly to you, sacrificed for you, supported you with their experience and knowledge regardless of the standard of living. They have given you an indomitable mindset, and that, my friend, is priceless. 5. Start speaking your truth. What is the truth? Well, there are universal truths like sun rises in the east, sets in the west, and then there are personal truths like why am I no longer ready to marry the guy that I have been dating for over a year? Or how professional burnout sent me down the hole of depression and imposter for over 4 years. Such would be the sensitive and personal truths of yours. They are imperative to be spoken, firstly, for yourself, so that you can get out of that energy, change the narrative, and then probably be able to help others. Somebody who is in the similar situation can see a ray of hope, or might just be able to have a better hang of the situation because of you. And that's why start speaking your truth. Sixth, build your mindset and your body. You are not your body, you are not your mind. Both of these creatures need to be told what to do. I would have told you, go to the gym, go to the library, go anywhere else. But now everything is available at the fingertips. You can have YouTube University giving you the entire library. You can be working out from your home, going out for a walk. Basically, do things for your body and for your mind and ingrain better habits, habits that will lead you for a successful life. Start building that muscle memory in your mind and in your body if you have not already done that in your teenage years. Seventh, protect your body. You know who's going to be with you until the last of your breath? Not your parents, not your spouse, not your kids, your neighbors, peers, none of them, but your own body. As I mentioned earlier, you are not your body. You are responsible for your body. Protect your body from chemicals, fast food, medicines, temporary orgasms, and feelings of shame, guilt, or even anger. Protect your body so that it can be with you for the longest possible. 8th, your job is never guaranteed. Get yourself going something more. Parents will tell you to get a job, while many of your peers would be in a job, and at some point of time in your life, either you would be in a job or you would be looking for a job. And while there is nothing wrong with working for a job, when you work at a job, you should know that you are a part of an organization. An organization is like a wheel, and you are a cog. So a cog in the wheel, regardless of how big or small, a cog is always replaceable. So, at your job, learn irreplaceable skills, find mentors, stack your experiences, build memories, but always get yourself going something more than a job. 9th, there is no timeline. Learn to walk, learn to talk. Learn for good grades, work for someone else, or build your own farm. Marry for good life, or don't. Have kids, or don't. Retire early, or never. Basically, there is no timeline as to how you want to steer your life. If and whenever others tell you there's just one little thing around the corner and then you will be successful, then life will be set. You should know better. Ask yourself, what do I want in my life? And then get going. 10th, culture, religion, politics, media, and sports are all built to distract you. Explore your life beyond and without them. All sensitive issues. But have you ever wondered why are they all sensitive? You definitely would have friends, if you are not a person like that yourself, who have ended up in a brawl over a hockey game or cricket game, lost by their favorite team in a sports bar, or have lost otherwise meaningful friendships over strong political opinions. Did you ever stop to consider what is the meaning of this? Why am I or any of my friends fighting over this? For some really renowned hockey or cricket player of the game who have played and have been paid handsomely for it and are now relaxing in a mud spa, while you, who doesn't even exist in the player's life, is arguing for something completely baseless and banal for your own life. Keeping yourself aware is excellent, but attaching yourself to any of these 5 pillars is surely a way to keep your soul very far away from doing what it has come to do here. 11. You are only great if you are doing something to make your life great. Each one of us is good enough. Some of us become excellent at what we do by contributing more, by doing more, serving more, and in return, greatness follows. Your existence in itself is not great enough amongst 8 billion population, but the pursuit of reaching your own greatness is what makes your life great. 12th, attach yourself to a mentor. Nobody gave anybody a life manual, and that's why most of us make similar mistakes, reinvent the wheel, and are victims of mediocrity. One single way to get ahead, to get better, and to be faster and get it right more number of times than wrong is to attach yourself to mentors. And this must change every few years or decades as you grow and your hopes, dreams, and competencies change. 13. Learn basic life skills. Cooking, driving, swimming, lighting a fire, and public speaking. A short Google search will tell you communication, empathy, problem solving, and analytical skills are some of the basic life surviving skills which are true when you go out in the society and interact with people. However, these 4 to 5 basic life skills will put you ahead of most people and will shoot through the roof of your confidence, because no matter what, in any situation, left anywhere, you are self dependent and self reliant. Cooking, swimming, driving, learning to light a fire, and public speaking skills. 14th, lose yourself in nature. Surrender yourself to nature. Humans are just one of the thousands of species that make up our wonderful planet. And all of us make up this planet's universe. The more you are out of touch from nature, the lesser you are connected to your own dreams, hopes, desires, and your own healing. Intentionally take out the time to feel lost and one with nature. Parks, hikes, oceans, rivers, mountains, forests, anything that you can reach to within your city, within your town, go reach. 15. Dream more. As we spoke earlier, your reality is a mere reflection of your thoughts and your dreams. Your dreams are so uniquely yours that even your mother, who has birthed you, cannot in vivid detail describe your dreams, nor can she or anyone else feel the deliciousness of the fruition of your dreams. Dreaming is an ability for creation, so keep dreaming more and bigger. Don't worry about when, how, where will your dreams come to reality. Don't sit back and wait for them to come to reality. Just feel good while you're dreaming and let no one else disturb your dreamlike state. 16. Aim to excel at something. Studies, extracurriculars, at your job, at gardening after your job, at cooking for your family, at organizing community events. It could be anything from small to big. Use this as a tool to motivate you on an everyday basis. Looking back, you might have developed a passion or even a business out of it. Most importantly, the satisfaction of giving your best and achieving your best. 17. Your parents did and will continue to do their best for you. First things first, we chose our parents before we came in this human body form on the planet. Just this one learning, just this one concept can change the entire narrative of how we look at our parents and how we see them as having raised us. My mother famously used to recite the story of Mr. A and Mr. B. Either you can blame your parents for being just like them, or you can change yourself because you didn't want to be like them. Forgive them sooner than later. They won't be around forever. And when they're gone, the void of their absence will stay with you until your last time. And if you are some of the lucky ones, the blessings of your parents will sail you through the stormiest of the weather. We are halfway through these life lessons and I'm so excited to keep going on with you. And if you want me to keep doing this, subscribe to my channel and I will be able to show you more content. 18. Embrace your femininity. Now, femininity can be a confusing term when feminism movement wants equality of pay by joining workforces more and more, yet facing challenges to break through the ceiling of menstrual and pregnancy leaves, forging their heads through the dense forest of patriarchy in boardrooms and wanting to split bills, despite having the ability to create humans, nurture their communities, and be the guiding strength for the masculine to do the provider things and be the portal between realms. As soon as you are able to wrap your head around all of these realities that are being quickly forgotten, embrace the wonders of your feminine body and its feelings. 19. Travel. If you are some of the lucky ones, your parents would be your first set of co-travelers going out with you on vacations and trips. But as soon as you fly out of the nest, into university and ahead, find chances to travel as much as you can. And now, with us humans ruining the planet at an unimaginable speed, travel more than ever. Start small if you're a beginner. Explore your city. Go solo or with some friends. Join travelers' communities. Travel with your siblings. Travel as much as you can, as far as you can. The world is a beautiful place. 20. You are not fat. Yes, you heard that right. You are not fat. You might vividly remember the first few times someone called you fat, someone made you feel like you are fat, and somehow you wouldn't have thought of yourself to be fat until that moment. And unless many years have passed, sometimes decades, you have really lost a lot of weight or have completely changed your self concept, it is difficult for you to unsee yourself as fat. Yet, you might look back at your pictures from 5, 7, 10 years ago and say to yourself, I wasn't that fat as much as I thought. And so, wear what you want. Don't hide in your body. Don't be ashamed of your body. Rather, learn about your body. Learn how to best serve it. Learn how to move it, how to maintain it. Decorate it with clothes and accessories because you are not fat. 21. Laugh. Laughter is the greatest medicine of all. How many good rounds of laughter can you average out on a day? 10, 5, 1, or none? A quick Google search will tell you all the benefits of laughter for a healthier, happier living. But only you can feel the multifarious benefits of this one medicine once you introduce it into your life. Laughing off at things that don't matter and the ability to laugh at your own self are the two quickest and simplest ways to elongate your life expectancy. 22. You can get a lot of things done in your teens and 20s with little sleep. We take our bodies and its abilities too much for granted. And hey, you are not alone. It is literally almost all of us. Don't try brag about your ability to sleep less and be able to get a lot of work done. Instead, use this time to efficiently build yourself, but do not cut out on your sleeping time and push beyond your limits, which is going to cause you burnout. Don't brag about this ability. Instead, use it to build yourself, knowing that this ability is going to reduce with every passing decade. 23. Watch what you're saying to yourself. Each one of us has a little voice inside of us that we are constantly in conversation with, more like chit-chatting. And this chit-chat is even more casual than the ones that we have with our casual friends. On account of the speed and casual attitude of this chit-chat between us and our inner voice, we seldom pay attention to what it is saying to us and what are we saying in return to it. It goes on an autopilot mode because it has to make about 35,000 decisions every day. How often do you pause to check this conversation between yourself and your little voice? Are they empowering each other or pulling each other down? How do they make you feel? Like a winner? Like a failure? Whatever this conversation is, your life is turning out to be the same. 24. You are allowed to start over. You must have heard multiple times that a bad day, bad week, or even a bad year don't define you. But I will tell you, a bad job, a bad relationship, some bad living circumstances, heck, even a few not so good years of your life later, you are allowed to start over. Became a parent before you got the degree? Go back to the university. Didn't start the business because you didn't have the clarity? Start now. Hadn't worked on your body enough? Start today. If you don't like any part of your life, you are allowed to start over and create it just the way you want it. 25. Reinvent and reinvest in yourself constantly. With the progression of life, your body and mind will undergo the natural stages of changes. These will be mostly influenced by where do you live, who do you live with, what do you do, who do you hang out with, what do you eat, what do you read, and what do you do for a living. Reinventing yourself is neither an easy nor a simple task. However, it can provide you with a highly rewarding life that you can look back at and be proud of yourself, because in this process you would have become and achieved a lot more than you thought you were capable of. Reinvesting your resources in yourself will stack up your skill sets, and that unfair advantage will always keep you ahead of your peers. 26. Define success for yourself, or otherwise you will be chasing it for the rest of your life. Let me share a personal story here. I must have been in class 7 or 8. I stood third in a regular class test, and back at home I was jumping, literally jumping with joy on the bed while my mom came inside and curiously asked me who stood first in the test. I said Aisha while still jumping on the bed, and she was quite perplexed and asked me, "Didn't you want to come first?" And I said, "Oh mom, Aisha is always studying. She is studying out of curriculum books, such big thick books. She is studying on her way to school, when she leaves and she is going to home. She is just about always studying. I don't want to study so much. I am happy with my marks." The 13-year-old me was so wise. If a great career, designer clothes, fancy cars make you happy, then go for it and feel free to call yourself successful. However, living off-grid, growing your own food is the definition of your success. You can be successful too. Just define what success means to you and go after it relentlessly. 27. Work burnout is real. It took me 4 years and 5 days to feel the phoenix in me rising again. This one is especially for the high achievers as well as the self-doubters. Thankfully, there is some conversation going around this topic now, and yet it is very little. At first, you feel challenged, stimulated. Then you feel proud of yourself. Slowly, you see yourself expanding your bandwidth like you never knew you had. Maybe you even gloat about this newfound, expanded abilities of getting your work done. And then it comes creeping in. The burnout, like slow poison, like slow poison. But chances are nobody will be able to see it. Heck, you yourself won't be able to see it, but your body will. Your bosses and businesses will keep expecting you to expand your bandwidth just as the way you have up until now. And the slack will irk them. It might irk you yourself too. You might start questioning your own worth, your own competence, might make you push harder on yourself, might cause a job termination and push you down the deep, dark hole of depression from professional burnout. A very real, ambiguous, dark, painful phase. Seek therapy immediately and take as much time off as you can, believing this too shall pass. 28. Concept of time and space are constructs. What do I mean by construct? It is something which is man-made, human-made, and you can move past that. Let me share a couple of examples. In North America, twice in the year, the clocks are set an hour ahead or an hour behind to accommodate the daylight in summers and longer nights in winters. Yes, they literally just move the clocks an hour ahead or behind, and that night our phone starts showing 3 a.m. instead of 2 a.m. Now, in Middle East, a working week starts on Sunday because their religious prayers are on Friday. So the weekly off are on Friday and Saturday. And as against the worldly culture of starting their weeks on Monday, Middle East countries started on Sunday. I shared these two examples with you to tell you that time and space are human-made constructs. You can work with them or do whatever with them. However, remember, your human time on the planet is limited. Suspend it intentionally. 29. Build bridges, don't burn them. The second most precious resource on the planet after our own energy are the people around us. They are the bridges to all that we want to be, have, can do in collaboration and working with each other. Build bridges with your co-workers, friends, neighbors, colleagues, peers, relatives. Build bridges instead of burning them. yet have some of them burnt sooner than later. 30. Marriage is bigger than wedding. Quite obvious, we all understand that, but how much do we practice it? I could be biased about this for cultural reasons, but wedding is no mean affair in any religion or culture across the world and is celebrated with utmost grandiose, sometimes even going beyond our abilities of affordability. Weddings are celebrations of a couple of days up to a maximum of a week. It is a beautiful journey that a couple is setting upon. More often than not, it is the social circle of the bride and groom's parents who the party is for. While you can book your wedding venue 2 years in advance, and you can have your photographer and caterer booked months in advance, you can have your outfits designed by top class designers, let me assure you, none of this guarantees a beautiful, successful marriage. I have a full video on how to plan, prepare, and execute a big Punjabi Indian wedding within 10 days, which you can check out here. But I can't emphasize enough on spending wisely, inviting mindfully, and enjoying thoroughly at your wedding ceremonies. 31. If you don't fit in, embrace your uniqueness. This one is really close to my heart, and I send so much love to the young Akanksha who had to look inwards constantly to find a multitude of flaws as to why can she not fit in with her high school mates, with her college mates, with her hostel mates, or even at her jobs. My brother and I were brought up differently, and I intrinsically knew about it but refused to accept it. Instead of being courageous, I was afraid to stand tall and be different from the crowd. I struggled from the age of 14 to the age of 28, which is half my life. Half my life. And yet, it took me another couple of years to see the uniqueness, to accept it, and let it be ready to be shined upon. So, if you don't fit in, embrace your uniqueness, let that light come in on you. 32. Start dreaming and planning your life in decades rather than in just a few months. Often we overestimate what we can achieve in a year and underestimate what can we achieve in a decade. Just about planning your next weekend getaway trip or your monthly budget is not going to make you a visionary. Look back at your last 5 years, 10 years. What has changed? What hasn't changed at all? What needs to change? Take action every day, aligning yourself with what you would want your life to look like in 5 years from now. And I promise this outlook will change your life. Start planning in decades, not in years. And with that, we have come to the last lesson. If you still haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that so that I can bring such amazing content for you, and you can also upgrade your life faster, quicker, smoother. 33. Save yourself years of trauma. Stay away from situationships. Love and dating space isn't like what it used to across the world. Not like it was flawless earlier either, but now with the umpteen choices available at the fingertips, dismissing or approving a person is just at a swipe. We have started looking for more flaws in others than in ourselves. People are cancelling out partners and choosing them for all the wrong reasons. Getting in and out of relationships is easy, yet at the same time so messy. Don't play with the heart of your or anyone else. Stay away from situationship and look for the real deal with yourself and with your partner. These were the life lessons that I have learned as a 33-year-old immigrant. Support me with your love in comments. Please tell me what are the kind of things that you would like to hear from me so that you can level up. If you liked my content, do subscribe to my channel, and as always, be the best you.